Two teams going in two different directions. We know that the St. Mary's Huskies have already booked their spot in the AUS postseason. As a matter of fact, we already know they're going to play the UPEI Panthers in the first round of the AUS playoffs. Dal Tigers, unfortunately for them, no postseason this year, but a lot of pride on the line, especially for those seniors in the lineup here tonight. And the puck gets banged around the boards instantly as Kelly Benton. That's Hampton going at it along the wall for St. Mary's. Bateman will post it in behind the Dalhousie goal. Hampton will give chase on the forecheck and throw it towards the net. But Zach Taylor was there to intercept that play, and he'll chip it out to center. Bateman chips it in now for the Huskies. Hampton gives chase. He's got Dill on him. That puck gets sent back for DePerna with a shot. That's stopped by Hicks, and now a chance for the Tigers to transition. Here's Pickard in over the line, looking for a drop pass to Kelly Bent. That misses. Here's Steven Johnson. Chance for a 2-on-1. Johnson, cross-ice pass. That's intercepted by Hanley, and Connor Welsh will take it now for the Tigers. He tries out a headman pass, but Rapace takes that. Here's Rapace, makes his way through, doesn't get a shot on goal. Johnson back to the point. Across for Nick Welsh, a nice little pivot, but he gets the puck poked away from him from Dill, and that allows the Tigers a chance for a change. Steven Johnson brings it in. Dawson Feed with him. They lose control of the puck, and now that's Duncan McIntyre. He'll take the puck and send it across the boards. Jonathan Sear looks to clear the zone, and finally they do. However, the puck goes off a player on the St. Mary's bench, and that means the play will be called dead. Throughout the evening, I will tell you the 8 players for the Dalhousie Tigers who are going to be leaving. Kelly Bent is one of them. We saw him on that opening shift, fourth-year commerce major from Halifax, playing with the Tigers since the 2016 season. Certainly he'll be missed in this lineup. He's brought a lot of energy and a lot of grit and determination. And I'm sure looking to make one final statement in tonight's game. There's Jonathan Sear in the boards. He's got Schufelt with him. Jonathan Sear getting worked over by Keith Getson. But Sear takes it and he'll chip it around the wall. Lucier goes for it, tries to keep it in. Nice play by Bishop though, although the puck gets taken back by the Tigers. And now the Huskies able to bring it forward. There's Joel Bishop. Bishop lays the body along the wall on Jesse Lucier. Jonathan Sear will chip it out down the ice. Referee waves off icing as Dunn is back for it. And both teams will make partial changes. Here's Bronson Beaton. Over to Keith Getson. Getson will backhand the puck in to the Dal zone as the Tigers look to regroup here. Here's Thompson. He'll chip it down. Goes after Sam Dunn. Puck comes out front. Here's a chance, a shot. Nice save by Broussard as he had to be sharp to make a point-blank save on the first real good scoring chance of this period. There's Zilbert. He gets knocked along the wall, but gets the puck forward. There's a big hit. That was laid in by big Zach Hoffman. There's Matt Green to Johnston. Lateral pass to Zach Taylor. He gets the puck barely over the blue line, but that was intercepted, and Thompson will send it back down the ice. What a pace to start this period and start this game. There's a bank pass. Bateman will chip it down and back into the Tigers zone. There's Connor Welsh. Dylan Boucher. Boucher's pass to Pickard was intercepted. And there's a rink-wide feed. That gets all the way down on Broussard. He'll play it. Well, maybe a little indecision there with the puck, but no harm, no foul. Pickard able to keep the puck in. And Peters goes back for it for the Huskies. Here comes DePerna. He'll chip it down the ice. And DePerna in there on an aggressive forecheck. Trick it with a pass up. but they cede possession, and the Tigers will bring it up. That puck is sent in by Yakimowicz. Eric Broussard out to play it. His pass eludes Dawson Feed, but Rapace gets it ahead, and here's Feed. Dawson Feed goes towards the net, scores! Dawson Feed with a remarkable effort flips that puck up over the shoulder of Connor Hicks. And it is 1-0 for the St. Mary's Huskies.
St. Mary's first goal is scored by number 15, Dawson Feed. Assist to number 18, Anthony Rapace. And number 4, Dylan DePerna.
So Rapace and DePerna will pick up the assists as Dawson Feed breaks the ice here at the Halifax Forum and gives the Huskies a 1-0 lead on a great individual effort as Welsh keeps that in. Here's Welsh. Huskies looking for more. DeNoble to trick it. Here's Welsh. He's shifty, throws it in, and Connor Hicks will make the glove save and hang on just over 5 minutes in to this first period. And 1-0 for the St. Mary's Huskies on a wonderful goal by Dawson Feed. A great effort. And the Huskies, they've been firing on all cylinders of late. They've won 4 of their last 5, which is the exact time you want to start a hot streak going into the playoffs. And they put 9 behind the St. X X-Men last night at the Daugherty Center, just on the other side of town here in Halifax. Here's Johnston. His shot gets blocked as Trickett stood right in front of him and took that in the shins. Here's Zach Taylor. He'll regroup behind his own net and look to get the puck up the ice. Green to Johnston. Johnston sends it in and gets checked by McGlynn. Green, good heavy forecheck here by Matt Green. Here comes Yakimowicz in support. Yakimowicz will try a cycle game. Green. That's Kelly Bent down there with them. Huskies avoid any real trouble. Bronson Beaton will get the puck out. And here's Hoffman. Hoffman throws it out front, up in the high slot. Sam Dunn pinches and keeps the puck in. But the Tigers regain possession and will look to get it up the ice. And here's a chance now. Heffley with a shot. That's stopped by Broussard. Colton Heffley, the captain, in behind the play, had a pretty good chance. Here's Connor Welsh. Throws it across. Kimmelwicz with a shot. That's a riser, and it goes just over the net. Broussard may have gotten a piece of it. Not quite sure. But a couple of good chances here in the Dalhousie Tigers in the last couple of opportunities. Good pressure here. Hanley takes it from the line. Welsh throws a shot in, and that, I'm not sure that Broussard knew where that puck was. It just went wide of the net. And a pretty good pressure here for the Dal Tigers. A really good shift after giving up the opener. Hampton throws the puck down the ice off the boards, but that's an icing call as he didn't make the center ice red line. Mentioned Kelly Bent, one of the seniors for the Dalhousie Tigers. Connor Donahue, another one from St. John's, Newfoundland. He's been with the club since 2017. Fourth-year art student, also moving on. As Duncan McIntyre keeps that puck in. And he's got Pickard down there with him. That puck gets sent down into the Huskies zone. Hampton will go there for the St. Mary's. That puck was kept in. There's a long shot that just missed as Lucier threw it in. Here's Boucher. Looked like he tried to send it out front, but Dylan Boucher will, that time he did. Dill couldn't handle the pass, and the puck will come out into the neutral zone, and Duncan McIntyre will regroup. Huskies with a good play. Here's the goal scorer, Theed. What a move by Theed. Dawson Theed really feeling it here in the first period as he just undressed the Tigers. But here's Pickard looking for a little move of his own, but couldn't get a shot off. And there's Uchuk. Sear tried to get it in, couldn't. Uchuk will shoot it in from center ice. DePerna up for Steven Johnson, but here's Andrew Schufelt. Schufelt picks it up from the neutral zone. Schufelt back for Sear. He couldn't get a shot off. Good stick to prevent that shot on goal from Alexander Peters. And here is Peters once again. He'll skate through center and into the Dow zone. Good work by Peters. Puck comes out. Here's Denoba. He'll shoot it. Doesn't make it towards the net. Johnson will get the puck out and send it to Thompson as they couldn't get through the neutral zone. A good play there for the Huskies to regain possession as Denoble shoots the puck down. Joel Bishop in there with Keith Getson, two former Halifax Mooseheads on the same line. There's Johnston, can't get it past Welsh. And that puck just shot down the ice by Taylor. And that'll be an easy icing call against the Dalhousie Tigers as we approach the midway point of this first period. And it's a 1-0 game for the St. Mary's Huskies. And the face-off will come to the left of Connor Hicks. Getson will take it against Green. And Green wins it cleanly for the Tigers, rather. And that puck is banked off the glass and down the ice. And luckily right on goal to evade the icing call. And now Mark Trickett will pass it. That was deflected in by Joel Bishop. Tigers trying to put together something here. They have had a couple of really good chances, a couple of really good shifts, as a matter of fact. But they have yet to beat Eric Brassard. And that's hammered down the ice. But the linesman says no. No icing. As Welsh will pick it up. Up for Bronson Beaton. Beaton with some speed. Tries to send it back to McGlynn. But that was a good stick by Hanley. Kimowicz will take it for the Tigers, although he runs into some trouble there in the form of Bronson Beaton, who gets it to Dunn. And Dunn will chip into the corner. Centering pass there by McGlynn into a gaggle of legs. Kimowicz takes a nasty fall, gets knocked down by Hoffman. And now Hoffman and Kelly Bent. And Bent's got one glove off. Trying to bait Hoffman into something here. And I mentioned earlier, as it being Kelly Bent's final game, you know he's going to want to make an impact. His final game with the Dalhousie Tigers. Referee talking to the scorekeeper. Going to see what comes of this. If any penalties are going to be assessed. Started off with a wacky collision in front of the penalty box between Yakimowicz and Hoffman. And eventually that drew Kelly Bent into the equation. Looks like Hoffman's going to go off into the box. Not sure if he'll get the only penalty or if one will be assessed to Dalhousie as well. It does look like it will go to Kelly Bent. So
Penalties to Dalhousie number 34, Kelly Bent. 2 minutes for reffing. St. Mary's number 3, Zachary Hoffman. 2 minutes for reffing and 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalties.
So Dalhousie will come out of this with a power play as Hoffman, Zach Hoffman, gets 2 for roughing and 2 for tripping, which means the Tigers will go to the power play with a chance to get the equalizer just over the halfway point of this first period. Face-off won by Steven Johnson. Peters will just hammer it off the boards. Couldn't get it out, though. But now a chance shorthanded. Dawson Theed going after Connor Welsh, but Connor Welsh able to get the puck And Yakimowicz will have to handle with care, so to speak. Chandler Yakimowicz, he gets the puck poked away from him, but Connor Welsh will bring it back. And Pickard, now the chance for the Tigers to get set up. Thompson on the far side. Thompson, he's got two Huskies on him. There's a shot from Welsh, a shot that was deflected, and Broussard made the save. That puck is chipped all the way down the ice. And that will allow St. Mary's a chance to change up their penalty killing unit. Likewise for the Dal Tiger power play unit. And McIntyre will pass it up to Michael Dill. Dill will chip it in behind Dunn. Bishop looking to clear it, couldn't quite. Good play by Schufelt to keep the puck in. Here's McIntyre. He's got a hard shot, but feathers one through. McIntyre again. Here's Schufelt. Down low, Heffley, the captain. He's being worked over there by Peters. Heffley tries to pass it back. However, he gave it away, and it's Keith Getson with Joel Bishop on a 2-on-1. Getson into the middle, shot, great save by Hicks. Connor Hicks with a huge left pad save on a short-handed 2-on-1. Here's Colton Heffley now, being worked over by Joel Bishop. 20 seconds left in this power play. Here's Hanley. Cross ice for Taylor. Here's a shot off the glove of Broussard. The rebound, they're jamming away. And Eric Broussard stands his ground and hangs on with 15 seconds left in this power play. And the shots currently 4 apiece. 7:38 remaining here in the first period of a 1-0 St. Mary's lead. Face-off won by the Tigers. Taylor with a shot through, and that's stopped by Broussard. Hanley couldn't hold the line. Taylor up to Boucher. They got to hurry to get one more chance on the power play. That puck took a weird bounce, ended up in the feet of Johnston, and Johnston's is going to get a tripping penalty. So just as the penalty to Hoffman expires, the St. Mary's Huskies will have an opportunity to work on their power play as Logan Johnston, the first year from Fredericton, New Brunswick, goes off for a trip and the Huskies, who were lethal with the man advantage last night against St. X, scored 4 power play goals on 8 opportunities. Hoffman tried to leave the box, even though he had only actually served 2 minutes of his 4 minutes, so he'll have to sit for another 2. But nevertheless, it is a Husky power play. And Rapace's pass back for Welsh goes off a stick and out, and DeNoble has to regroup as the Huskies look to bring it back in. Here's Welsh. Nick Welsh gets knocked down by Pickard, but that leaves DeNoble with a chance to walk in. DeNoble lost control of the puck. Here's Welsh again. Nick Welsh along the half wall. Nice little move there by Welsh, sending it out front for Steven Johnson, who couldn't corral the puck. Here's Johnson to DeNoble. Here's Welsh again on the other side of the ice this time. Welsh back for DeNoble. DeNoble, Rapace. Back for DeNoble. Here's Welsh. Goes for a shot. That's off the feet of Duncan McIntyre and out to center ice as the Huskies looking to catch the Tigers changing their penalty killing unit. That puck comes down the ice and just eludes Dylan Boucher, who almost had a breakaway. As we are halfway through this St. Mary's power play. And nothing going yet. Long pass. Getson gets it. Goes rink wide. Rapace has the puck poked away from him from Taylor, but there's McGlynn. McGlynn back for Peters. Peters takes a step. Throws it across, looking for Getson. The pass was in his feet. Getson gets it back. 30 seconds left. Peters, a shot, a nice save by Connor Hicks. With 29 seconds left in the power play for the St. Mary's Huskies. And their first really good chance on goal. And the face-off will be to the right of Connor Hicks. Scrambled draw. Tigers come up with it. Kelly Bent will just lob it all the way down the ice, which will kill some valuable time off this power play. 15 seconds left now as Dylan DePerna leaves it for Peters, and now Peters will skate it up. Here comes Peters. Backhand pass. That eluded just about everybody, and the puck is hammered back down the ice, and that'll do it for the Huskies power play. One shot on goal during that 2-minute advantage. And the Tigers escape with just a 1-goal deficit thus far. Here comes Matt Green. Green looking for a sharp angle shot. That goes off a leg and up into the glass. Working around the wall now. Here's a wraparound attempt. Green still has the puck. And he'll ring it back around the boards, but Peters was there to intercept for St. Mary's, and he'll just chip it out to the neutral zone. But a good play by Connor Welsh to glove that down. Now here, Green again. One-on-one with DePerna. Has the puck poked away from him. Now Johnston throws it back out front, and that just missed the far side. Here's a shot from the half wall. That goes over the net. Thompson and Beaton. Now here's Green again. He's been all over the ice on this shift. Thompson looking for Green, but that pass eluded him. Puck is chipped down, and Connor Welsh will take it for the Tigers. Now the Tigers will bring it back up again. It's Thompson off the boards and into the Husky zone. There's a big hit there along the wall by Boucher. There was Mullally trying to get it ahead. And here's Peters. A long shot, that just goes into the glove of Hicks. He'll play it to Zach Taylor as we're less than 4 minutes remaining in this first period. Steven Johnson with an intercept. That pass came out and went to a Tiger. It's Boucher. He'll chip it behind Welsh. Pickard goes in for it, sends it out front, and that one bounced through the crease. And Mullally looking to get it ahead, but it's intercepted by Boucher. Hanley will take it, and here's Zach Taylor looking for a long feed into the neutral zone. But here comes Welsh. Welsh fires it right into the breadbasket of Connor Hicks, and he will hang on. Dalhousie University's Department of Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support: Under Armour, PepsiCo Beverages, and Cleve's Source for Sports. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left here in this first period. A 1-0 St. Mary's Huskies lead over the Dalhousie Tigers. The final game of the regular season for both clubs. And as I mentioned, also senior night here for the Dal Tigers. Nick Welsh throws that puck down into the Tigers zone. And now the Tigers look to transition up the ice. Lucier will send it in. Sear goes after Welsh. Dawson Feed, the goal scorer for the Huskies, back there as well in support. There was a giveaway. That ended up on the stick of Heffley, but now here's Rapace. Here's Feed again, a shot. And a bit of a knuckler that fooled Hicks, but he stopped it and went into the corner. There's Rapace, the captain for the St. Mary's Huskies. Rapace, good work along the boards. Eventually loses the puck. And Duncan McIntyre will chip it up off the glass. And that'll be an icing call against the Dal Tigers. Mentioned Jesse Lucier a few minutes ago. He's one of the seniors that'll be graduating this year, playing his final game with the Tigers. Fifth-year commerce major from Ottawa, Ontario. Been with the club since 2015. Certainly one of those players that'll be sorely missed next season. He's had a really good season for the Tigers, even though it has been a difficult one for the team in totality. But Lucier has been a stabilizing force on the back end for the black and gold this year, and there he is on the ice, along with Connor Welsh. Kelly Bent to Jesse Lucier. Nice little move there. Gets it ahead for Bent. As he and Hoffman exchange pleasantries again. Huskies trying to add to their lead here in the dying moments of this first period. Tigers perhaps looking for a late equalizer. Bent will chip the puck in, and Pickard's going after with Hoffman. Nice little move there. Pickard in front for Bent, and he got a short shot on goal that Broussard had to contend with. Makes the save, and he'll freeze the puck for a face-off in the Husky zone with 1 minute 26 seconds left here in this first period. Shots so far 7 for St. Mary's, 5 for Dalhousie. And Dawson Theed with the goal, a beauty of a goal, quite frankly, early in the first period. McGlynn gets tossed from the face-off circle. Zilbert comes in to take the draw. He loses it. And there's Welsh. Throws it to the net. Oh, that was a good chance. Puck is still loose. Broussard was down. He thought he had it. Evidently he didn't. And finally the referee blew the whistle. Huskies fortunate to come out of that exchange unscathed. So we'll have another face-off in the Husky zone. The puck is chipped out, and now here's Bronson Beaton. Down for Noah Zilbert. Zilbert will send it down the ice as Uchuk will bring it up, or attempt to at least. Now we've got 4 players along the wall in front of the St. Mary's bench trying to get the puck. And it finally squirts loose, and Dill will play it. And we're into the final minute of this first period. Green will give chase. Bronson Beaton, however, will bring it back. Here's Beaton. Nifty move around Boucher. Zilbert got wallpapered there by Taylor. But he pops right back up. Here's Michael Dill. Nifty move there around Peters. Dill. His shot goes off a stick and into the glass. And there's a long feed. Steven Johnson will chip it in. Taylor drops it back for Hanley. Hanley goes rink wide for Heffley. And Heffley couldn't get past Nick Welsh as Dawson Theed will pick it up. Over for Sam Dunn. Puck is chipped in by Rapace. And that should pretty much do it, and indeed it does, for the first 20 minutes of play here at the Halifax Forum, with the St. Mary's Huskies leading by a score of 1-0. We'll step away for the first intermission, be back in about 15 minutes time for the start of the second period. You're watching AUS Men's Hockey on AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliance. Stay with us.
You want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
Sweat. It says I was here. I worked here. It says I only have so much to give before I have to take. What I lose, I want to get back. Sweat says, I earned this. Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out. Sweat.
We're on a journey to making Subway restaurants a better choice for Canadians. We source our top quality steak and rotisserie-style seasoned chicken from right here in Canada to support Canadian farmers and reduce our impact on the environment. So, whether you make your way to Richard's Subway in Hanna, Alberta, or Kent Subway in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. You can feel good about your choice. We care about the food we serve and where it comes from, and we promise to give you our best every day. We're on a
Welcome back inside the Halifax Forum here on AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliance at AUSTV.ca. I am Drew McConnell. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. It's a Saturday night. It's Hockey Day in Canada. And what better AUS matchup is there really than the crosstown rivals, the Dalhousie Tigers and the St. Mary's Huskies. St. Mary's comes into this second period leading 1-0 after a goal by Dawson Feed, his 13th of the season at .431 with assists from Anthony Rapace and Dylan DePerna. Both teams had a man advantage. Neither team able to capitalize. Game is still very much up for grabs as we enter the second period of what is seniors night here for the Dalhousie Tigers, as they've got 6 graduating players. I'd like to take a second and actually mention as well that St. Mary's has 8 graduating players on their roster, including their captain, Anthony Rapace, their goaltender, Eric Bressard, Dylan DePerna, Steven Johnson, and a few others I will mention later on in the broadcast. As the second period officially underway, with the Tigers looking to get rid of the puck in their own zone. The puck is shot in there by DePerna. Goes wide. There's a shot from the half wall by the aforementioned Anthony Rapace, 5th-year captain from Toronto, Ontario. Here's a chance. Boucher just had the puck elude him, or they could have been a 2-on-1. Pickard tries to send it out front. Puck takes a weird bounce. Theed is there. He's got Michael Dill all over him. That puck hits a stanchion. It takes a strange bounce, but onto the stick of Steven Johnson it goes. Here's Johnson. Way back. DePerna. Shot, and a nice save by Connor Hicks. As Hicks deals with his 8th shot of the game. Shots in that first period were 7 for St. Mary's, 6 for Dalhousie. Neither team really dominating by any means, as it was a wonderful individual effort by Dawson Feed very early in that first period, and a great shot over the catching glove of Connor Hicks. They gave the Huskies a 1-0 lead. There's Johnson. Oh, watch out, alone in front, 2 saves by Connor Hicks, point blank. And Logan DeNoble can't believe it, as that puck went right to him and he was all alone. And Connor Hicks stopped him twice. Point blank range. And as he's done all year, really, as that puck gets sent out over the glass, although it hit the glass before it went out, so no penalty assessed. But as I mentioned, Connor Hicks, as he's done all year, making huge saves for his team, giving them a chance to win. So the faceoff will come to his right. Getson and Heffley will take the draw for their respective teams. Won by Getson. Here's Welsh, takes a shot. That deflects up into the glass. Gets cleared, and Welsh will take it again. Nifty move by Welsh. Puck gets, there's Kelly Bent with a quick shot. That's stopped. And delayed penalty coming up here. And it looks like it's going to be Mark Trickett who will get the gate for St. Mary's for a hook. And early here in this second period, the Dalhousie Tigers will have their second power play opportunity and a chance to even things up right after Eric Broussard made a pretty nice pad save on Kelly Bent. Zilbert just knocks Welsh down right off the blue line. So Thompson will bring it up through center ice. He'll backhand it in. Pickard will give chase. McGlynn with a nice play, though, to take the puck away from Pickard and shoot it all the way down the ice. There's Noah Zilbert, another one of those graduating seniors for the Huskies. Huskies had their seniors night last night in their home game against the St. FX X-Men. And that puck gets shot down the ice. And watch out here, Dawson Feed with a head of speed. Throws it out front as he was looking to get Steven Johnson, but back come the Tigers 3-on-2. Boucher, and they lose the puck, and it gets shot right back down the ice as we're over halfway through this penalty against Mark Trickett. Duncan Mcintyre. He'll chip it in. Michael Dill goes after the puck. In comes Lucier for support. He was able to keep it in there momentarily. Schufelt makes a nice play to hold the line. Lucier goes in after it as well. And Jesse Lucier will ring it around the boards for Schufelt. Puck is just bouncing all over the place out there with that fresh ice near early in the period. And nice play there by Welsh. And Steven Johnson will bring it in. And now the Tigers, with just 10 seconds left in the power play, Michael Dill lost the puck, and Johnson will take it. Chip it ahead. Rapace will send it back down, and that'll do it for the Tigers' second power play of the evening. Not a lot happening there. I'm not sure they even registered a shot. But in any event, it's still 1-0 for the Huskies as the Tigers continue to search for that equalizer. In over the line. That was Johnston who made a move. But here's a chance now. It's Steven Johnson for St. Mary's. Left that behind him, but it got chipped down the ice, and now there's a foot race for it as Jonathan Sear goes after it. He got cornered off there by Sam Dunn. And Hampton will chip it ahead for Rapace, who loses it to Hanley. Rapace, though, nice little move there to steal the puck back. Mullally will send it around the boards for DePerna. And here's Hampton. He fans on the shot, but gets the puck right back. Hammond shoots the puck. That's a nice blocker save by Hicks. Hampton again. Tried a nifty move, but Hicks was there. Peters shoots it through. That goes over the net. DePerna throws it on at a sharp angle. Easily sent aside there by Hicks, but some good pressure here by the St. Mary's Huskies after killing off a penalty. Mullally chips that in. Hampton going after it as Uchuk brings Hampton down. And now Hanley will get it for the Tigers and bring it out. He'll just chip it ahead, looking for an alley-oop. Tight pass to Dylan Boucher, but to no avail. Dylan DePerna has an assist tonight as he chips it forward from Mullally. Keith Getson off the boards, intercepted by Pickard. Now Boucher goes in for it. Kelly Bent. He and DePerna come together in the corner. A lot of hard workers on the ice right now. Here's a shot by Welsh that goes wide. Pickard. Uchuk will shoot it through at the side of the net. Scores! A weird play as it just sort of ended up to the right of Eric Broussard on the stick of Colton Heffley. And the captain, who's playing in his final game with the Tigers, ties it up as he squeaks one past Eric Broussard. So Uchuk and Bent get the assists on Colton Heffley's goal, and we've tied the game. Or we've got a tied game, I should say, as the Huskies ice the puck. By the looks of it, Eric Broussard didn't have his post hugged tight enough, as that one just squeaked through. I didn't know it was in until the light went on and the referee was signaling a goal. I don't think anybody else did either. Here's Bronson Beaton looking to get it right back for the Huskies as he gets knocked into the boards there by Lucier. Puck chipped ahead for Green. Zilbert will send it back down for St. Mary's. McIntyre will pick it up. And the Tigers looking to get it ahead. Here's Jesse Lucier. Puck held in barely, but Green comes up with it on his backhand. Green goes for a centering pass, goes off the back of the net. Green gets knocked off the puck there by Bishop, and Theed will bring it ahead. Dawson Theed, the goal scorer for the Huskies. That was a dangerous pass. Hoffman with a shot. That's blocked. And a good block there by Sear, as he'll go in on the forecheck after Dunn with a big hit. Now Rapace up to Dunn, bank pass to Theed. He'll get it deep. And Zach Taylor picks it up, although he's met along the wall there by Rapace. And there's a giveaway to Dawson Theed, takes it right across, and a nice save by Hicks, as Anthony Rapace had a chance right at the side of the net. And not sure he got all of what he wanted on that shot, but nevertheless, Connor Hicks coming up with a huge save after a pretty bad turnover in the defensive zone by the Tigers. Huskies still working down there, trying to get something going. Bishop to Dunn. Dunn, oh, nice move there by Dunn to elude Dill. Dunn with a shot. That's stopped. Hicks down, out front. Johnson a shot. That's a big block by Dill. Johnson again across for Dunn. For Rapace. Great pressure by St. Mary's. Rapace gets a shot. That hit his own player. Looks like it hit Joel Bishop. Although he seems none the worse for wear as he's back down there on the forecheck, harassing Hanley. Donahue tried to get the puck forward. Bishop just had the puck go through his skates. DePerna made a nice play to hold the line, but the Tigers able to get it back. Here comes Johnston. Johnston along the wall, gets rubbed up by DePerna. He's got Donahue with him, but the Huskies able to get the puck back. Here comes Peters. Peters skates through, takes a shot. There was a lot on that shot too, but it just missed the blocker side. Oh, look out there, Kelly Bent. Here's DeNoble with a shot that goes just over the net. Tigers look to transition here. In over the line, Welsh, his pass for Bent. Bent was too deep into the zone. Getson takes it. And Bishop just put himself offside, or he would have had a clear-cut breakaway off a nice pass by Keith Getson. Duncan Mcintyre, another one of those players for the Tigers that will be graduating this season, neuroscience student. And out there on the ice. There's a shot by Welsh that was blocked. And now Colton Heffley will lug it up here for the Tigers. The captain, the goal scorer. Heffley throws it out front, and that was deflected on by Boucher. Heffley again looking for a centering pass. Puck is long behind the net there. Tigers have created some issues for the Huskies around their own goal so far tonight. Puck gets chipped down. And I believe that's an icing call against St. Mary's. As the face-off will come back. Duncan Mcintyre, the aforementioned, has been with the team since 2017. From Sydney, Nova Scotia. Beautiful Cape Breton Island. Scrambled draw there. Good work. Sear looking to center it as he had Green right at the tip of the crease. Some real good work there by Jonathan Sear. Hard on the body, hard on the puck. And Zachary Taylor, once again, another one of the graduating seniors here for the Tigers. From Dartmouth. He's been with the club since 2016. And the puck is chipped out of the zone by Feed, and Rapace got around Hanley. Some great speed there by the Huskies captain. There's Sear. Jonathan Sear around with Dunn. Dunn nails him against the wall. And that one took a little bit out of Sear. Thompson. Referee almost had the puck caught up in his skates. Here's Green. He gets wallpapered by Hoffman. As the physical game starts to come out a little bit. Watch out. Here's Green out front. Oh, what a save that was. Eric Broussard going from side to side makes a wonderful save on Matt Green, who had a lot of time to go laterally there, cross crease. But Broussard stayed right with him. Great patience, great athleticism from Eric Broussard. Playing his final regular season game with the Huskies. Here's Uchuk. His shot goes off the skate of Bishop and into the corner. Donahue down there working over with Getson. Here's Johnston. Johnston, good puck protection. He's got Dylan DePerna all over him. And eventually has to give it up. Peters will bring it up now for the Huskies as Joel Bishop goes rink wide for DeNoble. DeNoble looking for Getson, who was going to the net. And Bishop behind the goal line. Keith Getson couldn't get the puck. Peters worked hard to keep it in, but couldn't. So he'll swing it back, but he gave it away. And now Schufelt. Although Peters did a really nice job coming back defensively to cut that play off. Peters, another giveaway in the neutral zone. So Hampton will bring it up now for Huskies. And Boucher comes from one side of the ice to the other to lay a hit on Hampton. As ever since that dust-up between Hampton and Kelly Bent in the first period, he's been a targeted man as number 71 in white. Here's Pickard. He'll throw it across to an open wing. McIntyre hammers it, and that just misses. Lucier pinches down. Jesse Lucier. He'll cycle it around for Dill. Dill has it. Sends it back for Boucher. Pickard back there as well. As four players converging behind the Husky net trying to get control of the puck, but there's Boucher. Ends up with it. Nick Welsh on him. Hampton going after Boucher, or excuse me, Pickard. And the puck gets down the ice, although look at Mullally, he's got he's got 2 players with him. Here's a shot and a good save by Connor Welsh. Shots are 8-3 for St. Mary's here in the second period. Excuse me, that was Connor Hicks, who of course made the saves. And Nick Welsh, who took the shot. Face-off won by Dow in the defensive zone. And behind the net they work. Here's Bronson beaten with a hard shot and a nice save by Connor Hicks. And the Tigers are going to get penalized for an interference call. As that was Adam Bateman who got dumped in front of the Dow goal. And Jack Hanley is going to go off into the box. And now the Huskies, who are 0 for 1 tonight on the power play, will have an opportunity to get that part of their game going tonight. After going 4 for 8 last night against St. FX. And that puck rolls in on goal, and Connor Hicks makes the save.
Time of the penalty, 13:25. Hanley, 2 minutes for interference at 13:25.
Johnson, Theed, Denomble, Welsh, and Rapace out there for the Huskies on this power play. And that puck is shot down by Uchuk. Broussard got his goal stick caught in the boards there momentarily, but was able to get it freed. And here's Welsh. He'll head it up for Anthony Rapace. Rapace through the neutral zone, drops it for Theed, who goes rink wide for Denomble. Huskies get set up. Here's Johnson. Johnson goes cross crease looking for a deflection, but it comes to Rapace on the half wall. Throws it out front for Johnson, who's looking for a shot, but a nice play by Schufelt to bear down on the stick and not allow that to happen. Puck is cleared. The Tigers will change up their penalty killing unit. Denomble again. We'll leave it for Welsh. Welsh to Denomble. Denomble makes the zone. What a hit that was by Dawson Theed on Colton Heffley. Huskies able to hold the zone. Comes back to Welsh. 45 seconds left on this power play. Dylan DePerna makes a move, takes a shot. That goes wide of the net. And all the way back to the point. Here's Welsh. Nifty little toe drag. Welsh down low. Johnson to Denomble. DePerna. And he whiffed on the one-timer. And we've got a slashing penalty coming up. As Dawson Theed and Kelly Bent we're getting a little less than amorous in front of the Dalhousie net. So that'll do it for the St. Mary's power play. We'll have 28 seconds of 4-on-4. Followed by a minute 32 seconds of a Dalhousie power play. 1-1 tie here in the second period. And the faceoff won by the Tigers. That puck is lobbed in. It goes wide. Connor Welsh will take it. Welsh, a couple of nifty moves. Throws it out front there. Thompson almost had a lane. And here's a chance for a breakaway for Keith Getson. Getson in alone. And there's going to be a penalty coming up here. We'll see if it's a penalty. It is high sticking on Connor Welsh, who came back and tried to defend on the Keith Getson power play. 2 minutes for high sticking, so scratch the idea of a Dalhousie power play. Getson got a chance on goal. The puck almost rolled in but Connor Welsh was able to clear it right off near the goal line.
Penalty 15-21. Welsh 2 minutes for high sticking and 15-21.
So in 4 seconds, we'll have some more 4-on-4. But this is an abbreviated, and I mean very abbreviated, 4-on-3 power play for 4 seconds for the St. Mary's Huskies. Puck is kept in by DePerna. Hanley is out of the box now. So it's 4-on-4 for another minute and 20. But here's DePerna. And then the Huskies will get an abbreviated power play. That puck is chipped down the ice. That is not going to go for an icing call. Peters comes back for it for the Huskies. Peters looking to take advantage of the extra ice. Comes in. Sharp angle shot. It's kicked aside easily by Hicks. And back come the Tigers. Dill with a blind pass to an open wing. Dill and DePerna. He gave it away to Andrew Schufelt. Over to Dill. Scores! A turnover by DePerna onto the stick of Andrew Schufelt, who goes rink wide to Michael Dill. Goes 5-hole. And it is 2-1 for the Dalhousie Tigers. With 3:45 remaining here in the second period. Jonathan Sear to Johnston. Here's Sear working hard to try and get that puck. Goes in after McGlynn. Johnston gets it back to the line. Lots of room for McIntyre to shoot it. That goes off the boards. Sear almost corralled that. He would have had an open side as Broussard had not gotten over there yet. No, watch out there. Huskies now trailing in this one. Lucier gets the puck. And that'll be too many men on the ice against the St. Mary's Huskies. Dawson Thede had just stepped out of the penalty box, and he touched the puck, and he's sitting right back down. What a break that is for the Tigers, as they were going to go on the penalty kill for the next 22 seconds. But instead, we get 22 seconds of 4-on-4, followed by a minute 38 of Dalhousie power play. So that was bizarre, but nevertheless, as I mentioned, 4-on-4 for 22 seconds. Here's Bishop. Ineligible player is what they're calling the penalty. Here's Keith Getson with the puck. Keith Getson back to Peters. He's got some space. Fires it into the glove of Connor Hicks as the Dalhousie penalty expired with that save. So we now have 1 minute and 38 seconds of power play time now for the Dalhousie Tigers late in this second period. Peters gets it from the line. A shot. Hicks down. Made the save. Couldn't hang on to it. But the Tigers now get set up. Here's Thompson for Pickard. Here's Boucher back to Thompson. Now into the Husky zone they get. Welsh to Thompson. Thompson. Nice little move. Takes a shot and a nice blocker save by Eric Broussard. Puck comes back to Welsh. Welsh looking for a lane. That shot was deflected but didn't make it to the net. Good play there by Dylan Boucher to get control of the puck. Pickard will send it back to the line for Welsh. 1 minute left on the power play. Thompson down low, sends it out front, gets and intercepted it. Pickard, he gets it back, and it looks as though Thompson is going to go off for a cross check. So Cam Thompson, the first year from Victoria, BC, is going off, but Bishop's going off as well.
Penalties to St. Mary's number 72, Joel Bishop, 2 minutes for holding. Now housing number 7, Cameron Thompson, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
So Bishop got a penalty as well. So it's coincidental minors, means it'll remain 5-on-4 for the Tigers.
Time of the penalty is 18:07.
So the Tigers remain on the power play for the next 36 seconds. Lucier will send the puck down. Dunn going after it for the Huskies. He can't get it. And not quite sure what this whistle was about. Linesman down there explaining something. Piece of equipment, it appeared. Maybe a mouth guard or something had popped out. Anyway, we go back to 20 seconds of power play time for the Tigers, although the puck gets dumped out into the Tigers zone. With only 15 seconds remaining, perhaps time for one more rush on this abbreviated Dalhousie power play. Lucier chips it down into the Husky zone. Schufelt gives chase. McIntyre able to hold it in. Lucier across. Schufelt to the net. That's stopped by Broussard. Dill had his stick held, or checked at least, and he wasn't able to get a hold of it, or he could have had an empty net. That puck got chipped back down into the Huskies zone as the power play is over. McGlynn chips it in. There's Zach Taylor to Kelly Bent. Bent ahead for Sear. Bent chips it ahead. Bent goes down. Trickett had that puck caught up in his skates. He goes for a pass to Beaton and misses him entirely, so that'll be an icing call. With 20 seconds remaining. 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Face off to the left of Eric Broussard. Welsh and Hanley collide along the wall. Trickett gets taken into the boards by Boucher. Bronson Beaton will bring it up. Can't clear the zone though. Still kept in. Boucher will swing it wide. Pickard in there deep. Pickard throws it on goal just as the period comes to an end. And a big second period it was for the Dalhousie Tigers on senior night here at the Halifax Forum. 2 goals for the Tigers. One from Colton Heffley, one from Michael Dill, and they take the lead 2-1 into the dressing room for the second intermission. We'll step aside for the next 15 or so minutes, come back for the start of the third period here at the Halifax Forum. You're watching AUS Men's Hockey here on AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. We'll be back.
Faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology, so you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
says I was here. I worked here. It says I only have so much to give before I have to take. What I lose, I want to get back. Sweat says, I earned this. Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out. Sweat.
To making Subway restaurants a better choice for Canadians. We source our top quality steak and rotisserie style seasoned chicken from right here in Canada to support Canadian farmers and reduce our impact on the environment. So, whether you make your way to Richard's Subway in Hanna, Alberta, or Kent's Subway in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, you can feel good about your choice. We care about the food we serve and where it comes from, and we promise to give you our best every day.
Welcome back inside the Halifax Forum for the start of the third period here between the Dalhousie Tigers and the St. Mary's Huskies. You're watching AUS TV powered by Bell Alliance at AUSTV.ca. My name is Drew McConnell. Thank you very much for joining us here this evening as the crosstown rivals, Dalhousie Tigers, St. Mary's Huskies, wrap up their regular seasons appropriately against one another here on the ice inside the hallowed halls of the Halifax Forum. As you recall from the first period, Dawson Feed got the Huskies off to a pretty quick start, just 4.5 minutes in, putting the Huskies up by 1. However, the second period belonged statistically to the Dalhousie Tigers as Colton Heffley got his 10th of the year from Andrew Uchuk and Kelly Bent at 5:45, followed by Michael Dill netting his 7th of the year from Schufelt at 16:18 to give the Tigers a 2-1 lead coming in here to the third period. Shots through 2 periods, 18 for the Huskies, 12 for the Tigers. So, with all that being said, the preamble out of the way, we should be in for a pretty good third period. Pickard, Bent, Boucher are the forwards out there for the Tigers. McIntyre and Lucier on the blue line. Johnson, Rapace, Feed, Trickett, Welsh on the ice for the Huskies as the puck is shot in deep by Jesse Lucier. Here's Pickard. He'll throw it to the end, looking for Kelly Bent, who is right at the tip of the crease. Of course, it is seniors night here for the Dalhousie Tigers, celebrating their graduating players who could very well be playing their final 20 minutes of hockey in a black and gold uniform as Anthony Rapace brings it ahead. Going for a centering pass. Johnson was tied up by Zach Taylor, and he couldn't get a shot away. Taylor will bring it ahead, or attempt to, but he's got Rapace all over him. Rapace's lost his stick, so he'll just go off to the bench. And that'll give the Tigers an opportunity to advance the puck up the ice as Pickard makes a pass for Donaghy. He'll shoot it down. Johnston goes after the puck, but the Huskies able to regroup and get it out. Here's Bateman. He'll spin back. Trickett takes a shot that goes wide of the net. Huskies will bring it into the center ice area. Welsh will chip it in deep into the Dal zone as the Huskies change their D pairs. Tigers look to advance. Here comes Michael Dill, goal scorer in the second period, and he got knocked down and in the process took out the linesman. Fortunately, he looks to be okay. In the process, Huskies threw the puck down the ice. Icing was waved off. But here come the Tigers. Here's Green with a head of steam. He falls down. DePerna was there for the Huskies. Sear couldn't quite get the puck. Uchuk did a nice play to keep the puck in. But here comes Peters. Nice move. Peters fires a shot and a blocker saved by Connor Hicks. The second time I've made that mistake tonight. My apologies. Watch out, DeNoble. Almost had a bit of room. Watch Green, nice poke check, and now it's a chance. Could be an odd man rush. Not quite. A good play by the Huskies to back check. There's a sharp angle shot by Donaghy that went off the shoulder of Eric Brassard. Duncan McIntyre picks the puck up. He'll send it back to Lucier, who sends it ahead for Donaghy. And the whistle is blown, I believe, for an offside against the Dalhousie Tigers. Dalhousie's Department of Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support. 101.3 Virgin Radio, Tony's Famous Donaires Pizza and Subs, Dalhousie Food Services, TDF Sports, and Coach Atlantic Halifax. Under 3 minutes into this third period, as it's an all-Halifax rivalry tonight here at the historic forum between the Tigers and the Huskies. Final day of the regular season on the AUS calendar. As Kelly Bent tried to send it ahead for Cam Thompson. But an offside, or a hand pass, excuse me. Not quite sure which. I think it was a hand pass by the Huskies. Will lead to a face-off. Back in the St. Mary's zone. To the left of goaltender Eric Brassard. Total of 14 players between these two teams graduating this season. 8 for St. Mary's, 6 for Dalhousie. Here's Heffley off the boards, almost had a shot. McIntyre takes a shot, that deflects wide of the net. That puck gets sent back out front. But the Huskies able to collect it. Here comes Dunn. 3-on-2 now for St. Mary's. Dunn, fans on the pass. McIntyre was there to intercept. Duncan McIntyre and Sam Dunn meet at the glass. Lucier tries to bring it ahead. Gets stopped up finally. That was a pass that was almost intercepted. As Jamison tried to go rink wide, it didn't quite work out. Or that was Johnston, excuse me. Zach Taylor tries to bank it off the boards. Ends up banking it off of Steven Johnson. And into the seats. Colton Heffley and Steven Johnson share a laugh. Face-off will come in front of the Dalhousie's bench. And here's Hanley to Dill. Just chips it out onto the stick of Trickett. Trickett will send it back down. Dowell able to gain possession, although McGlynn was all over Boucher. Taylor sends it forward. Here's Boucher. Oh my goodness, Boucher in an effort to keep the puck in play. Ended up taking himself out. Looks like he's okay, but that was a dangerous play by Dylan Boucher, but nobody will ever accuse him of phoning in a shift. He's one of the hardest working players on this team, this Dalhousie team. Looks like he's all right, skates off to the bench. Maybe hurt his ego more than anything, but nevertheless, he's all right. And we'll continue. There's Welsh, who got knocked down by DeNoble as Getson lost it. Welsh will bring it up once again. Welsh gave it away, but DeNoble was able to take it back. Here's Bishop. Tried to make a move. Centering it out front, and Getson almost had a wide open net. But his stick was tied up, or he could have had the tying goal right on his tape. Here comes Welsh. Nifty moves here by Welsh. That shot blocked by Schufelt. Now it's a foot race between Schufelt and DeNoble. Schufelt comes in, gets a shot. That goes just wide. Great effort by Andrew Schufelt to get a shot after blocking a shot. 277s come together. Colton Heffley and Matt Welsh. Nick Welsh, I should say. There's a hard shot that goes up into the netting and out of play. Shot so far 2-1 for the Tigers in this third and possibly final period. Should also mention Huskies missing their leading scorer, and quite frankly the leading scorer in the entire AUS, Mitch Balmus, who was out with a lower body injury, projected to be out for the next couple of weeks. Hopeful he'll be back in time for the playoffs, or the Huskies. He's been a huge part of this team this season. There's Peters, as he'll bring it up now for the Huskies. Peters, his pass intercepted. Good play by Dill. Huskies having a hard time getting through the neutral zone to get anything going on in the Tigers' zone. Pickard forward, and that puck will just end up on goal, and Broussard plays it safe and hangs on. Neither team really taking many chances here in this third period. It's a one-goal game, a very tight checking game. Certainly a lot different than the game that St. Mary's played last night at the Dauphin Center, also in the south end of Halifax. A 9-3 victory over the St. FX X-Men, which oddly enough only ended when the power went out at the building. But here's DeNoble looking for Getson, who was in the high slot. But a good play by Pickard. Campbell Pickard on the back check to interrupt that scoring chance. Puck is pinned against the wall. And now Zach Taylor will bring it up. Here is Zach Taylor. Another one of the graduating players for this team. Dill throws it to the net. And Kelly Bent looking for a deflection, but missed the net. Bishop. Here's Joel Bishop. Moves in, takes a shot. Hanley blocked that. Bishop. Good forecheck for Joel Bishop. There's Zilbert. He's down there with Johnston. Finally, that was Taylor getting it out, and Dill gets absolutely, that was Sear, got plastered along the wall. I believe that was Hampton who just completely hammered Jonathan Sear against the boards. And Hampton's probably, I believe it's him who's going to go off to the box, probably. It's going to be a boarding call against Jonathan Hampton, the first year out of Richmond Hill, Ontario. So the Tigers, what a chance they have now, up by one. If they can get their power play going, establish a little bit of a cushion here in this third period. That puck comes down to Hicks. He'll leave it for Welsh. Connor Welsh behind the net. Leaves it for Green, and he'll bring it through the neutral zone. Here comes Matt Green. Tried to get that pass over for Sear. And Welsh barely holds the line. Green will pick it up. Here's a rink-wide feed for Sear. That eluded him, but he was able to keep it. Watch out here. Could be a break. Could be a 2-on-0. Johnson. McGlynn. Stopped by Hicks. A 2-on-0 shorthanded break for the Huskies. And Connor Hicks comes up with a marvelous stop on Connor McGlynn. Lucier. A hard bank pass to Heffley. Heffley threw it to the front of the net as he had Dill going there, but Eric Broussard was able to intercept it, and he'll just hold on to it. With 42 seconds left in this Dalhousie power play. What a stop by Connor Hicks. A 2-on-0 against Stephen Johnson and Connor McGlynn. McGlynn took the shot, but Hicks stayed right with him. He's been very sharp tonight as Connor Hicks. And he'll leave it for Duncan McIntyre in the final 30 seconds of this power play. Duncan McIntyre. That ended up going nowhere as it was chipped back down into the Dal zone, killing another 10 and change off this power play. And the best chance so far has been that 2-on-0 break from the St. Mary's Huskies. Short-handed. Dill will grab it. A few seconds of power play time remaining. Heffley goes around the boards to Lucier. Lucier will leave it for Dill. Down low for Heffley. Going across crease. He was looking for Schufelt, but to no avail. Keith Getson will bring it in over the line. Getson leaves it for Hampton. Hampton tries to throw it towards the net. That gets taken back. Donahue will send it forward. And Dawson Theed will regroup for the Huskies. He goes up to DeNoble. DeNoble will chip it in on the backhand. There's Hanley. Hanley and DeNoble will meet in the corner. Here's a chance out. Rapace scores! Anthony Rapace. Bullseye for Anthony Rapace as he goes glove side on Hicks, and it's a 2-2 tie. Just past the midway point of this third period. And we're all knotted up at 2. What a shot by Anthony Rapace. The captain of this team. Stephen Johnson will get the assist as Rapace just blew one right by Connor Hicks. No chance. As there was a battle along the wall, the puck kind of squirted loose as Johnson threw it, as Rapace was practically wide open in the high slot, and he made no mistake. And the Johnson-Rapace line out there again, and Rapace tries the same play, a one-timer right off the draw. Here's Peters. He'll feather it through. That's stopped by Hicks. Rapace gets it again. Back for Peters. Peters to Rapace, who missed the pass along the half wall. And the Tigers able to get it out. Campbell Pickard was looking to go for a breakaway pass. Rapace will come back as he and Connor Welsh meet behind the Dal net. Kelly Bent can't get it out. Rapace, watch out here. One-time shot, scores! Alex Peters. A one-timer, taking advantage of some good forechecking from Anthony Rapace. And the St. Mary's Huskies in the matter of about 39 seconds, scored twice.
St. Mary's third goal, scorer number 2, Alexander Peters. Assistant number 18, Anthony Rapace. And number 15, Russell Peay.
So Feed picks up his second point of the evening. Rapace will pick up his second point of the evening. And the Huskies, who a minute ago were down by 1, are now up by 1. 2 quick goals by the St. Mary's Huskies. As you're getting a look at a club that can really put the puck in the net. And they want more. Bronson Beaton down there on the forecheck. And that puck not kept in. Dill brings it ahead for Green. Green has a chance. Green couldn't get a good shot away. But Broussard was there to stay with him. And the Huskies look to transition. Here comes Dunn. He'll chip it down and go off for a change. And back is Jesse Lucier. Lucier throws the pass up. Donahue chips it in. Schufelt's in there. So is Heffley. Nobody was there to hold it in, but Zach Taylor comes back. Over for Hanley. To Heffley. His pass to Schufelt. Got knocked down. Here's Getson to DeNoble. DeNoble behind the net for Getson. Trickett back there as well. Tigers able to get possession. Here's a pass up there for Schufelt. Could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Throws it out front. And Donahue could not deflect that towards the goal. Back come the Huskies. Joel Bishop as he runs Taylor into the boards. Puck comes back for Welsh. Here's Welsh. Well, sends it out front, and Bishop deflected that one off the pad of Hicks and into the corner as the Tigers got to start showing a bit of a sense of urgency. Now trailing this game 3-2. Puck is kept in by Uchuk. Uchuk throws it towards the net. Gets intercepted in the high slot by Welsh. And he'll send it back to the neutral zone. Lucier goes rink wide for Pickard. Pickard got knocked down by Theed as the puck is bouncing around all over the neutral zone, but here comes Cam Thompson. Drops it for Pickard. Pickard throws it towards the goal. Deflected off the stick of Broussard. Big collision there between Theed and Thompson, but now here's a chance for a 2-on-1 for the Huskies. It's Johnson and Rapace. Rapace holds, long for Johnson. Pass was just intercepted, and Welsh is going to take a penalty here for the Tigers. So once Dow touches up, the St. Mary's Huskies will have a chance on the power play. Connor Welsh is going to go off for a cross check. After the Huskies almost made it 4-2 on a 2-on-1 with Rapace and Johnson. But it was a good play by Welsh to get in the way of that pass, where Johnson could have tipped that one in and really put this one away. But now they have a chance with a man advantage with 6:25 left in this third period. Getson, Beaton, Rapace, Theed, Welsh on the ice for the St. Mary's Huskies. So this is a big kill for the Tigers, no question about it. That puck is sent all the way down the ice, and Colton Heffley, he was doing some aggressive penalty killing there. All the way down in the Huskies zone, but St. Mary's able to get it back up. Here is Beaton, Rapace, but a little extra move there by Anthony Rapace puts his team offside with 1 minute and 38 seconds left on this power play. Penalty to Connor Welsh for cross-checking. And if you're just joining us, it was 2-1 Dalhousie coming into this third period, And in a 39-second span, Anthony Rapace and Alexander Peters both scored to give St. Mary's a 3-2 lead. Now they're on a power play. DeNoble to Welsh, over to Rapace. He's got some space, takes a shot. Taylor, the save, the rebound, and Theed looking for his second. Couldn't quite lift it above Hicks. So they'll try it again. Here's Rapace. Tries to throw it towards the net. Steven Johnson was going through the slot, but it was intercepted and sent back down the ice by Schufelt. DeNoble. Pass misses Rapace as we enter the final minute of this power play. Huskies looking to really gain some insurance as DeNoble takes Boucher into the boards, and DeNoble is going to get penalized for a boarding call. So we'll have 46 seconds of 4-on-4. And at that expiration, we will have a Dalhousie power play. So as we know in the game of hockey, in particular AUS hockey, things can turn on a dime, and they have so far in this third period. So Logan DeNoble, second year from Peterborough, Ontario, is going to go off for the boarding call. So 4-on-4 for 46 seconds until Connor Welsh comes out of the box, and then Dalhousie will have a power play. Hanley takes a shot, scores! Tipped in front of the net by Matt Green. And it trickles through the 5-hole of Eric Broussard, and just like that, it's a 3-3 tie. You had to know at some point Matt Green was going to break through. He has just had a really good night for the Tigers all over the ice. And I could be wrong, but it looked like he got the deflection on that play. Oh, excuse me, they're going to give it to Hanley. Green will get an assist. But Hanley, I guess that shot went all the way straight through Broussard as Thompson shoots it in. Broussard will hang on. It must have been deflected by a St. Mary's player then on the way through. It definitely looked like it changed directions after Hanley took the shot. Oh, look at that. I was right all along. Way to go, Bruce. Our public address announcer, Bruce Hartland, had me doubting myself. But in fact, it is Matt Green who scored the goal. I figured it was. He definitely was celebrating like he did. Centering pass, watch out here. There's a shot by McIntyre that goes wide. Batted and got out of midair was Green. And now the Huskies will bring up through the neutral zone. What a third period this has been. Heffley. So it's now a Tigers power play. Well, the Huskies put themselves offside. That was Joel Bishop right in front of the Tigers bench. So a minute and 13 seconds of power play time here for the Dalhousie Tigers, with 4 minutes, 24 seconds of regulation time left here in the third period. So Lucier over for Duncan McIntyre. Up for Green. He's got the tying goal for the Tigers. Dill along the half wall to Green behind the net. Here's Green. Tries a centering pass. It was blocked by Feed. Along the wall, it comes out. And McIntyre will go back to Lucier. Lucier back to McIntyre. McIntyre goes rink wide, finds Colton Heffley. Heffley gets rubbed out along the wall by Feed, who's had a very active evening. That puck was almost held in by Lucier, but not quite, so Duncan McIntyre will regroup. Thompson had the puck taken away from him by Feed, and he'll chip it back down into the Dal zone with 15 seconds left on this Dalhousie power play. Entering the dying minutes of this period. A goal now would be monumental, although the Tigers, in entering the zone, go offside. With 6 seconds left on the power play. The penalty to Logan DeNoble. .317 left in this third period. Connor Welsh will pick it up from the neutral zone, and now comes Uchuk. And once again, Dalhousie goes offside. But most importantly for St. Mary's, the penalty is over, so we're back to 5-on-5. Even strength hockey. As the faceoff comes outside the Huskies zone with just over 3 minutes remaining. As Welsh sends it ahead, dumped in there by Bishop. Keith Getson fights along the wall. Here's DeNoble, comes out on his backhand. And he and Trickett switch sides. Puck comes down along the half wall as Boucher picks it up for Dalhousie. And he gave it away to Bishop. Bishop shoots and he missed the net. Oh my goodness, Joel Bishop with a gift, and he couldn't bury it. But it's kept in by DeNoble. DeNoble gets it, Trickett fires it high, and that hit the netting and goes out of play. And I think the entire Dalhousie bench just suffered a bit of cardiac arrhythmia after that play. A couple of grade A golden scoring chances they just couldn't bury. First Bishop, then Trickett. So the face-off will come outside the zone. And the Tigers look to advance the puck up the ice. Kelly Bent chips it off the wall down into the Husky zone. Sear and Bent go after Peters, but Theed able to get it out. As Zach Taylor gave it away, though, to Steven Johnson. Steven Johnson brings it in, his shot. Taylor stayed right with him, negated any scoring danger. Theed goes after Taylor in the corner. And now Kelly Bent. Hanley just missed it, but Beaton was right there for St. Mary's to hold it in. But Hanley will bring it back. Goes off the wall, but Dawson Theed with a nice play to keep it in. Not before Jonathan Sear was able to get it out. But here comes Bateman. Bateman hard on it, and McIntyre sends him into the glass behind the goal. Bateman goes for a wraparound. Out front of the net, what a save by Hicks. Welsh again looks to shoot it in. That was blocked by Lucier. Back come the Tigers. Here comes Green. Green to the net, in front of the net, what a save. Broussard down and somehow was able to keep that from crossing the goal line. Two incredible scoring chances at both sides and two unbelievable saves. First by Connor Hicks, then by Eric Broussard. Bottom line, we're still tied at 3 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the third period. Faced off to the right of Eric Broussard. Here's Boucher. Looks to advance it, but Getson was able to get it out, and here's Joel Bishop. And the puck ends up into the St. Mary's bench and out of play as we enter, or as we tick down to the final minute of play here in regulation on the final day of the regular season here in AUS men's hockey. And what a game this has been. It has certainly lived up to its billing. These two great rivalries between these two great universities. Here we are, the final minute. Boucher going away for it, and he got his stick up on Trickett. And that's going to be a penalty against the Tigers. Sam Dunn also looks like he may have got clipped. But Dylan Boucher, in trying to chase down the puck in the slot, lost control of his stick. And as a result, will sit in the penalty box And now the Huskies have a chance to put this one away. And it looks like we've got a timeout. Or maybe not. Just a little last second coaching by both benches. So it looks like it's going to be Johnson, Getson, DeNoble, Welsh, and Rapace on the ice for the Huskies. What a chance they have. Puck comes back, and here is Welsh. He'll go rink wide to Rapace. Rapace throws it to the net to save the rebound, and Getson couldn't corral it, or he would have had the force right on his stick. Back for Rapace. He shoots. That's stopped by Hicks, and he hangs on, and he had Keith Getson all over him in front. Couple of nervous moments there for the Tigers. Keith Getson almost had the winner. Face off to the right of Connor Hicks, who's been marvelous in this game. He's had to been. There's a big collision, and the puck is cleared out by Hanley, and it goes right on goal. Broussard will play it to Welsh. Welsh to Steven Johnson. Johnson to Theed. Theed back to DeNoble. DeNoble goes rink wide, gets it back. Theed. DeNoble. Welsh fires. Great save by Hicks. Back, and DeNoble couldn't get it, and the puck comes down the ice. And the Huskies are going to have to regroup, but time expires. And we're going to have overtime in the final game of the regular season here at the Halifax Forum between the Dalhousie Tigers and the St. Mary's Huskies. The Huskies will start overtime with 67 seconds of power play time. And because it is overtime, it'll be 4-on-3, which will give them a lot of ice to work with. So 28-16, the shots through 60 minutes for the St. Mary's Huskies. As I mentioned off the top of this webcast, statistically this game doesn't mean a whole lot to either club. St. Mary's knows what's ahead. They're in the playoffs. They've got the UPEI Panthers in the first round. Dalhousie Tigers, they were eliminated from playoff contention last weekend. Statistically, this is just a game because it's on the schedule. But if you think that the men down on that ice surface don't want to win this one, then you don't understand athletes. Certainly on the Dalhousie Tigers bench, the graduating seniors, and we've been talking about them all night. Kelly Bent, Connor Donahue, Colton Heffley, Jesse Lucier, Duncan McIntyre, Zach Taylor. This is their last game. You don't think they want to go out on a winning note against their biggest rival on home ice? Of course they do. They got 67 seconds to kill off. And I bet you anything, these guys are looking at this as the biggest challenge of their season. Even though, like I said, statistically it doesn't matter. But there's a lot of pride on these two benches. They want to win these games. They want to win this game for the teammates that they won't see next year. In particular, looking at number 77 in black, Colton Heffley, the captain of this Dalhousie team. He's got a goal tonight. He's going to start the overtime period on the ice with Zachary Taylor. as well as Jack Hanley. Huskies on the power play. Here's Welsh. He's got Theed, Rapace, and Johnson. Johnson gets it. Johnson back to Welsh. Welsh, Johnson, Johnson, waits, Welsh, Rapace stopped by Hicks and cleared out by Heffley. Huskies will regroup. 30 seconds left. Welsh will bring it in over the line. Back to Steven Johnson. They get set up. Johnson leaves it for Welsh. He'll switch sides with Rapace. Welsh waits. Rapace shot blocked into the corner. Taylor goes after it. Pickard, can he get it out? It's kept in. Kept in by the Huskies. Welsh across. Johnson can't get a shot off. Welsh shot stopped by Hicks. And the penalty has expired. Connor Hicks comes up with 2 clutch saves to keep this game going. And now it's going to be 3-on-3. Getson, McGlynn, Peters out there for the Huskies. That's Green, Thompson, and McIntyre out there for the Tigers. Here comes Keith Getson. He works his way into the slot. Puck is taken away. McGlynn with a shot. Big block by Green. Can't hold it in. Watch out here. Here's McGlynn. Pass across was taken away by McIntyre. What a defensive play that was. Cam Thompson will move it forward. Cameron Thompson. Here's Green with a shot off the shoulder of Brassard and up into the netting and out of play. 3:19 left in this overtime period of a 3-3 tie between the St. Mary's Huskies and the Dalhousie Tigers. We thank you very much for joining us here on AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. Drew McConnell coming at you live from the Halifax Forum. You couldn't ask for a better end to this AUS season. These two teams headed to extra time. Colton Heffley, Connor Welsh, Andrew Schufelt on the ice for the Tigers. The delay is because Connor Hicks had something going on with his mask, so he had to get that switched out. So the face-off to the right of Eric Brassard in the St. Mary's zone. Here is Heffley. Heffley will take it for Schufelt, and he just whiffed on it. He didn't get everything he had on it, and it ended up just kind of getting lobbed into the glove of Eric Brassard. So we'll have another face-off in the St. Mary's zone, this time to the left of the senior Eric Brassard. Puck comes back. Welsh thought about it, but Rapace brings it up. Here's Rapace on a one-on-one. For Johnson, big save again by Hicks. Back for Welsh. Welsh shoots, Hicks a save again. Now the Tigers. Here's a pass for Heffley, the captain, in his final game. Great save by Brassard. End-to-end, excellent saves, excellent chances. Shots are 4-3 St. Mary's in the overtime. And the face-off comes to the right of Eric Brassard, who just made his biggest save of the game, as Jesse Lucier will pick it up from the line. Here's Green. Green to Lucier. Back over for Green. He's got Thompson with him as well. And there is Cam Thompson. Thompson goes back to the line. Lucier. And that puck just came outside the blue line. So that's offside against the Tigers. So the faceoff will come out into the neutral zone with 2:29 remaining here in overtime. Boucher, Dill, Taylor on the ice for the Tigers. DeNoble, Getson, Peters on the ice for the Huskies. Here comes Dill. Michael Dill, he's got a goal tonight. He'll send it to an open wing. Zachary Taylor is there to grab it. Almost lost it to DeNoble. The puck will dribble right into the net, right towards Broussard, who had to be careful. But DeNoble will bring it back up for the Huskies. DeNoble across. Peters shot, stopped by Hicks. He couldn't hold the rebound. But no worry, because here's Michael Dill. Dill looking to get away from Peters. Dill's a one-on-one with DeNoble. Heffley's back on the ice. Off the bench, DeNoble. Good defensive play by him. Heffley gets it back from McIntyre. McIntyre takes a shot, scores! In their final games as Dalhousie Tigers, Colton Heffley sets up Duncan McIntyre, and that goal will last a lifetime for those two young gentlemen. The Dalhousie Tigers knock off the St. Mary's Huskies 4-3 in overtime on the final day of the regular season. What a game. What a finish. And they will start off with the best tradition in sports, the handshake. And what a night here at the Halifax Forum. The Tigers end their season on a winning note. Duncan McIntyre getting a nice hand from the crowd here at the Forum. What a night it has been. And Duncan McIntyre going to get the player of the game, the Subway player of the game, as we're going to have a bit of a post-game ceremony. Lobster Cup Challenge being presented to Colton Heffley.
Ladies and gentlemen, please check AtlanticUniversitySport.com for the schedule for the Huskies playoffs coming up this coming week at the Dolphin Center. Tickets will be available for sale Monday.
And there you have it. What a way to wrap up the Tigers season. The Huskies, on the other hand, they're not done. They will go into the AUS playoffs with the AUS championship and a berth in the University Cup on their minds. So with that in the books, we thank you very much for joining us here on AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. I'm Drew McConnell, along with the entire AUS TV staff, saying good night from the Halifax Forum. We'll see you next season.